that night. Both teams will play this Thursday at Wayne County. And that game is being played early, so the girls will start at 4:30, and the boys' varsity game will follow that. Also, wrestling, they're preparing for their first matches of the season, working hard. And the middle school is in between seasons. As I said, I believe they have played 1 or 2 basketball games, so we'll have updates on that. And their wrestlers will begin here in the next week with their regular season matches. So that's all we have.
Okay, thank you. And if someone can get the lights for us, we'll begin with our slideshow. We have. Thank you. Ms. Tunley, can you get? Yeah, thank you. We have first of all, that we have 4 schools who are now considered 5 according to the school climate rating. Schools are Nahunta Primary, Atkinson Elementary, Hoboken Elementary, and Brantley County Middle School. First, an increase in CCRPI scores for 4 of the 5 schools that receive CCRPI scores. Out of the 9 schools in our RISA, Brantley County Middle had the 2nd highest middle school score, and Brantley County High School had the 3rd highest high school score. Additionally, it is quite to be able to get a CCRPI score in the 90s, quite rare actually. In fact, 3 schools in our RISA area scored a 90 or higher on the 2017 CCRPI. We are proud to say that we have one of those 3 schools. Atkinson Elementary School was one of those 3 schools, so kudos to Dr. wonderful employees and students of Atkinson Elementary for achieving such a goal. Next slide, please. Recently, we have been celebrating Red Ribbon Week, where we take a week to emphasize healthy life choices, where we emphasize saying no to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco, as well as taking a stand against bullying. Our students had a visit from the drug dog and local law enforcement. The schools also had fun with dress-up days. You can see pics from Superhero and Team Day on this slide. And our next slide also has some dress-up days. You can see Camo Day, Pajama Day, Decade Day, and Tacky Day. Lots of fun. Next up, you see some pics from Brantley County High School. Our FFA have been busy traveling and winning competitions. You can also see students working hard at school and other students in the corner there meeting with their first student advisory meeting, working together with Dr. Horner to make improvements at Brantley County High School. On Friday, we had several activities in place to honor our veterans, including special meals and veterans as our guests. And then we had several Honors Day programs that afternoon. We can enjoy a sneak peek now of a video from some of those activities in our schools. come forward, and I think she has an award.
Right on down with this. Each year, the Georgia Department of Natural Resources, the DNR, encourages school children from Glenn and surrounding counties to participate in its art and logo contest. This year, there were over 1,000 pieces of art entered. Miss Kelly, school, not able to be here tonight. She had another engagement. She teaches a civil art at AES. This year, she had 31 students to enter the contest. The contest theme was beaches and beaches. The students and images the coastal ecosystem through DNR, and we are proud. If not, we'll come up. Who is the is who for this we will not. Thank you, Dalton. Thank you.
Next up, we'll have Dr. Horner.
Before I move forward with these, I do want to thank the 4 cadets from the high school, Dakota Jellerson, Jesus Martinez, Lauren Johnson, and Rick Ross for doing the colors, and Sergeant Messenger and Colonel Chapman for doing that for us this evening. So I appreciate y'all for doing that. We're going to kind of jump right into it, and I got some of this on my phone, and some of it I've got written down. We've got a lot of awards here, so thank all y'all for coming. I'm excited to have everybody here. First up, we're going to go through some FFA awards. They were at the Hog Show in Perry. I was lucky enough to be able to go and get taught a lot of information while I was there by all the people. So it was pretty neat to go. So I'm just going to kind of jump into it. We got Walker Gill, who placed 10th in the Yorkshire Breeding Gilts. I hope I'm saying that right. If I mispronounce any of those terms, y'all, I apologize ahead of time. You got Maddie Davis, who placed 2nd in the Berkshire Breeding Guild and 2nd place in the Market Barrows and 2nd place in 10th grade showmanship. Colby Flowers. Is Colby here? Colby placed honorable mention in the Market Guild class. Shania Flowers, she here, she placed Shayna, I'm sorry. She's all the time at the college, so I've only actually met her like once or twice. So she goes full time to the, but she placed 8th in the Market Guilds class. Then we have Jude West, who placed 1st in the March Other Pure Breeds Breeding Guild, 2nd in April Other Pure Breeding Guild, 2nd in Market Barrow class, and 3rd in 9th grade showmanship. And we got one other FFA recognition that a couple weeks ago we had the local EMC had an electrification contest that they came in and sponsored, and there were kids from all over southeast Georgia. And I'll tell you, it was like a couple-hour process, but they were shown a picture, then they had to come up with a drawing, and then they had to build the stuff, and it was a pretty lengthy process. But we were lucky enough to have Levi Carter, who placed 3rd out of bunch of kids that were there that day, so we're really proud of him too. Do you want to get maybe a picture of the FFA kids, and then we'll do the... All right, and I think the last board meeting, Mr. Cummins went over the softball highlights from the season, but I do want to commend our softball players, and we're going to recognize some of them tonight. But with that being said, our softball girls, we should be extremely proud of them because they lost in a very, very, very tight two-game series to the team that lost in the state finals. And to be honest, I was there, and we probably should have beat that team, to be quite honest with you. And they ended up playing in the state finals. So we're really proud of our girls for that. But we do have a handful of girls that made all-region teams. So Mackenzie Kersey will come up. She made first team all-region. Lindy Lowther also made first team all-region. And guys, she's a freshman too. That's pretty impressive. And Jordan Harper also made first team all-region. And then we had three young ladies that made second team all-region: Grace Ann Gill, Abby Willis, and Whitley Fabrizio. Absolutely.
I think they're blocking us. It's freezing in here.
A couple weeks ago, we had our CTA review, and we got glowing reviews on our CTA department, so we're extremely proud of all the teachers and all the personnel at the school that play a hand in that. And we're going to play a quick video that was actually made, but before we do that, I want to call up the students that kind of had a hand in it. And I think Porter Mobley, Cadet Porter Mobley is here, and then also Cadet Dakota Jellerson had a little bit of a hand in it as well. So if y'all want to come up, and then we're going to play. And I'll tell you, one of the aspects of ROTC is for them to learn how to fly a drone, which is kind of cool. Like, I really kind of want to go down there and do that with them as well all the time. But with that, they made this video that we'll show in just a moment. If you want to turn your attention to the screen, they'll play the video real quick.
Welcome to the Breathitt County High School. BCHS is located in Breathitt County, Georgia, home to nearly 1,000 students. BCHS serves as the only high school in Breathitt County. Breathitt County is home to two cities. To the east is Daytona, with an estimated population of 1,100. To the west is Hoboken, with an estimated population of 530. The main building of the school contains our cafeteria, gym, and classrooms ranging from 9th grade American government to AV calculus. To the viewers right of the high school is a vocational building, where classes like business, agriculture, culinary, and automotive repair take place. Just behind the vocational building is the football team's practice field. Next to the practice field is the concert band's classroom. Going deeper into the school, you will find the softball field and the baseball field. Right next to the baseball and softball fields is the football stadium, where we have our much-loved football games. Right next to our stadium is the tennis courts. Although a small school, BCHS has made many big accomplishments from the athletic level to the academic level. Our sport teams have achieved much success at the state level. Our clubs and other extracurricular activities are always placing themselves top positions in their competitive events as well. Even our own junior R&C unit has earned the title of a distinguished unit multiple times. Our school is a perfect example of showing that with hard work, anything can be accomplished. Even though there are many things on the outside, it really matters what goes on inside, where each and every student works to have a successful life.
And I'll tell you real quick, one other drone video they shot on Thursday morning, Mr. Cummins alluded to the fact that we had a send-off for our cheerleading girls, and Cadet Mobley actually flew the drone above the bus as it came, and it was pretty cool. So if you, that video is on Facebook, if you want to go check it out on there. It was a pretty neat video that they made. And then Colonel Chapman put some music to the back of it, so it was pretty neat. Last but not least, we want to recognize our band, and I do want to turn your attention here to this plethora of trophies and plaques and all kind of other stuff that they've won. They've had a highly successful season. I'm going to read real fast kind of what they have won. This is from Mr. Bagley actually sent me this, so I'm going to, the marching band attended 4 competitions this season. We went for a perfect 12-0 in our class, winning 27 of the 28 class awards that we competed for. We also finished in the top 5 in 3 of our 4 competitions, beating out bands that were significantly larger each time. Our drum major, Trenton Strickland, was named the top drum major in the entire competition at 3 of the 4 competitions, only missing first place in our first competition by ½ a point. So we're extremely proud of all of our band members, and we've got kind of some of the leaders in the band that we're going to kind of recognize tonight. But I do want to say the ones that we're calling up tonight are just a representation of the band as a whole. This is really, you know, more about the entire band, not just the people that we're calling out tonight. So if you see any of those band members, congratulate them, tell them that we're really proud of them. First, we're going to have Trenton Strickland. He's the drum major. Robert Ballard, clarinet. Christopher Victor, saxophone. Neil Dell, trumpet. Porter Mobley, baritone. Christian Hoyt, tuba. Peyton Middleton, percussion. Brianna Pittman, color guard. And Sydney Strickland, color guard. And I do real quick want to not only thank all the students that are here, but I think students, we need to thank our parents for all the time and extra effort they put into helping y'all with everything. And then also we've got a couple, we got Mr. Bagley here, Coach Anderson, if y'all stand up, the softball coach and the band director. I don't know if there's anyone.
All right, that concludes my superintendent update.
All right. If we'll take a 3-minute recess for those of you that would like to depart. You're more than welcome to stay, but we'll take 3 minutes for those that would like to depart, and then we'll get started back again. Convene. We'd like to ask, is there any public participation at this time? Hearing none, we'll move right along. I need approval of the agenda.
Motion.
And a second.
A second.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Disposition of the minutes on page 3 of your workbook. Need a motion to
I'll make a
accept the
motion.
minutes? Second.
I'll second.
Any corrections or changes needed to the minutes? Hearing none. Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Monthly financial reports on page 13. I need a motion to accept the financial reports
Motion.
and a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion about the financial reports? Hearing none. Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. School financial reports on page 27. Need a motion to accept the school financial reports
I'll make a motion.
and a second.
Second.
Any discussion about the school financial reports? Hearing none. Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Athletic receipts on page 102. These do not require a vote. SPLOST revenue on page 104. Would somebody like to read that, please?
We had revenue of $98,246.02 from car tags, $38,341.09. So our local purchasing is up, and we've got Christmas coming up, and we've got several boutiques here in town. So please, please visit them and make an effort to keep as much money as possible local.
All right, thank you, Ms. Teresa. All right, our action items?
Yes, sir. Action item number 11, overnight trip for Brantley County High School Show Choir. I recommend to approve the overnight trip for Brantley County High School Show Choir as presented.
Here's a
I'll
second.
make a motion.
And a second.
Second.
Any discussion?
I volunteered as a chaperone. They're going to Nashville.
Any other discussion? Mr. David?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Action item 12, I recommend to approve a fundraiser for the Brantley County High School course as presented.
Here's a super.
I'll make a motion.
And a second.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Action item 13, I recommend to approve the bid of $9,200 from CEL Enterprises to repair the gym floors at Nahunta Primary Elementary Gym as presented.
Here's a super.
I'll make a motion.
And a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Yes. I know when Mr. Craig presented this to us, they talked about maybe changing the logo in the middle. Our school colors are black and white. I hope we stay with those colors. And also, that gym was dedicated to the only state championship that Brantley County holds the record. And I would like, if we could somehow, I don't know what they're planning on putting in the middle, but honor that basketball team that acquired that state championship. That's the only one that I know Brantley County holds to this day. If they change it. I don't know that they're going to do that.
Any other discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. That's it. Need an executive session for personnel?
No, sir.
Okay.
Do you need new personnel sheets? There
You got yours?
hasn't been any changes.
I got one. On the way in.
I recommend that we accept the following resignations. Football coach and Betty Sue Cruz, school nutrition assistant.
I'll make a motion.
And a second.
Second.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Before I vote, I'd like to say I appreciate Coach Mark Walker and what he's gave to our boys, and it's been a tough year for him. He lost his dad, and my heart goes out to him for that too, but I do appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
We all do.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Wonderful man.
I think he's instilled a lot
Lot of
in
character.
our
Yes,
young
he
men,
brings a
and
lot.
I appreciate that.
And we're
I'm glad he's
thankful.
staying on as a teacher.
Yes, I was going to say, we're thankful he'll be staying on as a teacher at Brantley
Yeah.
County High School.
And chair votes yes also.
Next, I would like to recommend Miss Yvonne Griffin for a part-time parent involvement coordinator.
Here's the superintendent's recommendation. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion.
And a second?
Second.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
I'd like to recommend the transfer of Barbara Lee from school nutrition program at Waynesville Primary to custodian at Waynesville Primary.
Here's the superintendent's recommendation. Could I get a motion?
I'll make a motion.
And a second?
Second.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
I'd like to make the recommendation that we add the addendum for Seth Hendricks to be the varsity golf assistant coach at Brantley County High School.
Here's superintendent's recommendation. Could I get a
I'll make
motion?
a motion.
And a second?
Second.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Any other?
No, sir.
Need a motion to adjourn?
Can I say something,
Yes.
please?
Yes.
I would like to thank Nahunta Primary and Miss Loriann, I don't know if she's still here or not.
Right, Atkinson
There
Elementary.
she is. And Adrian for helping us again this year with our Soldier of Light Thanksgiving lunches. I appreciate all y'all do for our students, and I appreciate y'all's help. Thank you.
Hey, I like what you said the other day when everybody wasn't here, but, Dr. Horner and his crew saved us $216,000
Yeah.
by working to keep us from having to buy more portable buildings.
That's right. We're not going to have to rent the modular buildings during the modernization. That admin worked together and strategized and come up with a great plan to
Thank you.
keep us
Thank
from
you.
having to spend that money.
That covered his salary for a couple of years. You don't get no raise. Good as it gets right here.
I'm glad we looked to see what classrooms we have available.
All right. Any other discussion? Need a motion to adjourn?
We done got one?
Did we? I didn't think so. Need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
And a second? Ms. Teresa?
And I'll
Brenda?
second.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Thank y'all
Thank you.
for coming.